Let me tell you something. Out of every 5 people, 4 are going to experience back pain at some point in their lives. And here's something else. It's entirely preventable. These are all the ways the spine can move. And over the years, due to being too sedentary, too much compression, and other poor lifestyle habits, the ability to comfortably move in these positions slowly degrades. That's why I believe that instead of avoiding these ranges of motion, we should strengthen them and over time improve our ability to access them without pain. And this rope right here is the best tool to do the job with minimal risk of injury. I want to convince you to begin the practice of rope flow. So in this video, I'll teach you 2 key rope flow patterns that will improve your pain-free movement ability and your pain-free movement fluidity. But first, why are we twirling ropes around? We already have resistance training, which increases overall muscle strength and through spinal compression, bone density. And in order to be truly effective with resistance training, there's a focus on maintaining a strong neutral spine. When you begin rope flow, you're going to learn these 2 fundamental patterns, the overhand pattern and the underhand pattern. And one thing you got to keep in mind when starting this is to always work within your pain-free spinal movement range of motion. I know that's a mouthful. So when doing an overhand pattern, move with the rope gently and not aggressively. What it'll probably look like initially is light swings with a small range of motion. Your feet, hips, scapula, and wrists might not move that much. But over time, as you increase your pain-free movement ability and your spinal rotation gets better and better, this can begin to look like this. These are the same overhand patterns. Here, you're moving the rope with your hands. And here, you're rotating your spine and scapula, shifting your weight back and forth from your front foot to the back foot in a dynamic fashion. By dynamic, I mean moving between these ranges of motion fluidly. This is rotation, and this is dynamic rotation. The difference between these patterns is that the dynamic rotation of the spine using the rope follows a continuous figure 8 pattern. So while you're here, you improve your ability to produce force when rotating, and here, you're improving your ability to rotate while transitioning between both sides of your body, moving dynamically between flexion, rotation, and lateral flexion, or extension, rotation, and lateral flexion. Now the underhand pattern, which starts looking like this, but can progress to this, and then this. The rope now reflects your ability to rotate your spine, shifting your weight between both sides of the body fluidly without pain. And as you follow the momentum of the rope, you're getting a bit of dynamic spinal decompression, which is the exact opposite of the compression that happens while you're sitting or when you're underneath the barbell. You might not feel this decompression initially, but as you work with the rope more and learn to follow the rope's momentum, you'll feel the upper body decompression that the practice provides. That's why every time you do rope flow, your body will feel better after the practice versus when you started. While I'm showing you the basics here, in the description I have a link to the Stronger Human Academy, where I made you a full free rope flow foundations course. Over there, you'll have over 50 tutorials and drills that should get you moving fluidly with the rope within the next 4 weeks. You can sign up for free with the link in the description. Rope flow is like Tai Chi, the ancient Chinese martial art that you see mainly older folks doing in parks. Tai Chi incorporates long, graceful, flowing movements, deep meditative breathing, and work on balance and coordination. The rope incorporates the same aspects. When you manage to download and sequence the fundamental patterns, it almost turns into like a moving meditation. And when I say download, I'm referring to when the patterns become second nature. Kind of like how Neo downloads Kung Fu in the Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
Then subscribe. Seriously, if you're digging this, subscribe, and while you're down there, maybe leave a like. As you download each one, you'll improve your ability to put them together fluidly. But the goal isn't just to put patterns together and look super fancy. The big goal is to improve your pain-free dynamic rotational movement ability. And this rotational ability applies to more than just the rope. It applies to throwing, walking, running, and even sprinting through something called the spinal engine. But we're not going to get into that right now. So if you have back pain or discomfort, rather than only doing static exercises, which can definitely be helpful, the rope will teach you to access all the ways your back can move in a pain-free fashion. And there's a good chance you'll actually get rid of your back pain because you're improving your ability to fluidly move your back. And to get rid of back pain for good, we can take a dual approach through static exercises and dynamic fluid movement. The combination of both practices can be the key to maintaining pain-free progress as we get older. I do rope flow every single day, and I love this practice because it's low intensity, it can be done literally anywhere, and all you need is this single tool. My balance and ability to shift weight evenly on both sides of my body improves, which improves my overall movement ability as an athlete. And then, when it's all put together, I'm able to get into a flow state, not thinking, just moving from pattern to pattern, allowing my body to perform what it's learned. This is where rope flow becomes truly enjoyable. Rope flow is the low-intensity movement meditation that will get you out of pain and improve your movement ability and fluidity. And I hope you give it a shot. If you enjoyed this video will teach you to strengthen the feet, and this video will teach you to strengthen the hands. You probably need to strengthen both, so pick one. I know you'll enjoy it. I know it'll help you become a stronger human.